For 5 decades, 50 years, Amityville school teacher and coach Jerry Pollock served the Amityville School District community and hundreds of students. He was recently honored for his dedication and commitment.
What people mean to us in our lives. And one thing I don't like is when people start honoring people after they already died. That does nothing for anybody. You know, so we need to be able to receive it while other people talk about us and be able to hear all those things. So that was the reason why. I don't remember how this whole thing came about. I think I called Miss Pollock and I said, we'd like to do something. And I said, talk to your children. And this is where we are. So this is a family thing. Everyone has been all parts of this and been very much involved in this whole thing. Let me first start off with my years of knowing Mr. Donald Jerry Pollock. I was in 9th grade, 8th grade, and he came and approached me and asked me about coming up to the high school to run, because I was junior high, and you pretty much stayed down there in the junior high in 9th grade. And he asked me to come up and run varsity track up there. So I've known him since 1974. When I've been 14 years old, I've known this man. And he has meant a lot to the school, to the program, to all these athletes. What I would like for all the athletes that have participated and been under Coach Pollock, come behind me.
That's a big shack. Look how old everybody is.
Got Waddy.
Mizell?
What this means is we're talking about 50 years of being involved in athletes and students. As a teacher, as an athlete himself, and as a coach. The fortunate thing that I've had was I've had the last 25 years, counting this year, with Mr. Pollock as my coach. We're not head coaches or assistant coaches. We are coaches together, and we have always been together. First, I would like our mayor, Mr. Dennis Surrey, to come up, please.
Thank you all for coming out. And Jerry, thank you for being you. 50 years of anything is a lot, and 50 years of coaching is a real lot. Almost as good as being married for 50 years. And you couldn't have done your coaching that you do without the support of Linda's great wife and your family. So we just want to say real quickly, Jerry, thank you. I love the saying that you never stand as tall as when you stoop to help a child. Well, Jerry is standing super tall now. How many children you have? Stoop to help, and children, and old men now too. But anyway, on behalf of the Village of Amityville and the Board of Trustees, whereas we join in honoring Coach Jerry Pollock for 50 years of distinguished service as a revered coach and mentor. Whereas Jerry Pollock has been an integral part of our community and a proud lifelong resident. And whereas Jerry Pollock has served as a respected coach, 33-year educator, and an inspirational leader for students and young people at the Amityville Beach summer program, which he's did for how many years did you do that? About 40, 50 of that also? Very dedicated guy.
My name is Bill Mizell. I've been a teacher here and coach here in Amityville for 25 years now, which is strange. I just celebrated my 23rd birthday last week. I've had the honor of having Mr. Pollock also as a coach, as an assistant coach, as a mentor, and just like Mr. Hawkins said, it was never, I'm the head coach, you're the assistant coach of the gym. We coach together. I came in.
Yes, I know. My name is Kevin Pollock. I'm one of my dad's 4 children here right now, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak about my father today. Our dad has dedicated his time and has always committed himself to help members of our community. 50 years of coaching a sport takes a lot of commitment. Track and field has always been one of our father's favorite high school sports and sports in general. He was the only parent we knew that got pumped up every 4 years when the Summer Olympics came around. As a student here in the high school, he broke a track record here. And after college, he became a teacher and a coach. and he actually watched one of his track athletes break his record. Many of you probably know that it was Coach Reynolds Hawkins.
Left him at the junior high.
I don't remember that day because I was born that year. But from what I've heard, my father was so proud of Reynolds that my mother thought my father was going to name me after him. Yep. Not really sure if I would have been known as Reynolds or if it would have been Hawkins, but I would have been okay with that and probably would have preferred Hawkins. If that was the case, I probably would have been a complete disappointment if it was expected of me to break their records and break their times. We definitely want to thank you, Reynolds, for always being a good friend to our dad and helping him stay committed and interested in coaching during your tenure here. As you know, coaching is a team sport as well. My dad's commitment to this community goes just beyond coaching track. He was a teacher in his district for more than 30 years. He has been a varsity soccer coach, a wrestling coach for this district many times as well.
You know, when you go through life and you plan things out and you try to make things work, and something just throws a wrench into it and you just can't do it and you feel stressed and you're doing all that stuff. That's what happened with me this morning, waiting for these plaques to be completed, which they should have been done Monday, so I didn't pick them up until 3 o'clock today. But even coming down Merrick Road, I think I got caught by every traffic light, every big truck, and every grandma and granddaddy driving. You know? But you know what? During the whole time I kept saying, it's going to be okay. Because it meant to be this way. And this is the way he has been in my life. It was meant to be this way. This is not by accident, this is by design. And this has always been that way. So I have a plaque that will be presented to the school.
Made me nervous. And it was backed up in the junior high when I went downstairs to the gym, and he was substituting in the gym as a teacher, and the gym is going crazy. He opened the door and said, sit. And they all ran to sit and shut up and sat down, and there wasn't a sound. No one can do that. That's junior high kids, 7th and 8th graders. They don't know how to do that. So I was right to be nervous about you in the situation. It's good to see a lot of the old faces.
Old faces, come on, man.
Quite a few laying around. Long time no see. But it's very nice, and I'm very proud to have had this happen. And thank you all, the village, the mayor, trustees, Reynolds, coaches. You know, Claude is hiding over there. You know, classmates. Dave, Linda, you know, it's nice to see people. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I want to say one thing. One last thing. For those that don't know, everybody can do a turnaround face and look at that board up there, and the track has been named after him years ago.